Kindergarten. It's Mrs. Griffith. Kindergarten today in math, we're going to start talking about a new topic, which is three-dimensional shapes. We've been talking about measurement, and now we're going to move on and talk about something that's a little bit different. And three-dimensional shapes are solid shapes, all right? Shapes that we can pick up and hold and manipulate. They're solid shapes. And the first two shapes that we're going to be talking about, when we're talking about the shortcut way of saying that is 3D. And the D stands for dimensional, three-dimensional shapes, okay? The first one we're going to talk about is a sphere. Sphere. It's kind of a funny word to say because you've got SPH right there. Sphere, okay? And a sphere is a solid shape like this. This soccer ball is a sphere. I can hold it, I can throw it. If you were with me, I could throw it at you. You can catch it. Mr. Griffith can catch it. He throws it back to me. So this is a solid shape, isn't it? It's called a sphere. A tennis ball is a sphere. And I can throw this for Finnegan and he can pick it up and hold it in his mouth and fetch it and bring it back to me. I've got a Nerf ball, which is fun to play with, which is a sphere, okay? And I've got a wooden sphere. This one is made out of wood, okay? These are all spheres, and if you notice, I can do something with all of these spheres. I can do it with this one. I can do it with this one. What am I doing with these spheres? I'm rolling them, right? I can roll them back and forth. If you were standing over there, I could roll it to you. If we were at school, we would roll them back and forth. So I can roll a sphere. I can do that because a sphere, three-dimensional object that is a sphere, is completely curved. It is a curved surface on a sphere, okay? A sphere doesn't have any flat sides, doesn't have any corners, doesn't have any edges, okay? It's a curved object. Now, it's a little bit different than in the fall when we were learning about our plane shapes or our flat shapes. We talked about this shape right here. What is this shape? Yeah, this is a circle, isn't it? This is a circle. Nice pink circle. But this circle is flat, okay? If I lay it down on the table here, it's flat as a pancake. If I set my sphere next to it, my sphere has, see that? Here's my circle, flat circle, three-dimensional sphere, okay? One is a solid object, one is a flat shape, okay? Circle, sphere, okay? Now, we're going to talk about another three-dimensional object today, and that object is called a cube. A cube. Does a cube look just like a sphere? No. No. What do you notice that's different about a sphere and a cube? This is the word cube. It's got the long U sound that we talked about last week. Cube. Well, a sphere is completely curved. The whole surface of a sphere is a curve, but you'll notice that a cube has flat faces or sides, doesn't it? Yeah, a cube has flat faces or sides. And I numbered this cube so that we could figure out how many faces a cube has. So here's face number 1. Here's face number 2, 3, 4, 5 is up on top, and 6 is down on the bottom. So a cube has 6 flat sides. Different than a sphere. Now, oh my gosh, one of my cubes that I brought out is actually melting because this was an ice cube. Oh my. And it's such a hot day today. My ice cube is melting, but it started out a little bit more cubish, and it has 6 flat sides. And those flat sides are melting. Here's another cube. This one's made out of foam. 6 flat sides. We call those faces, 6 flat faces. A cube does have corners. Yeah. It does have straight edges, doesn't it? Yeah. So, oh, here's a wooden cube. You might have ice cubes at your house too. So, with the sphere, I could roll it, right? Can you see me rolling that? With the sphere, I could roll it. Can I roll a cube? Is it gonna roll? Let's see. No, it doesn't roll. Because to roll means I can give this object, this sphere, a little push, and it can keep going on its curved surface all on its own. Whereas with a cube, I can push it, thunk, and it will thunk, but it stops, right? It's not rolling. I'm just pushing it on its face. So a cube cannot roll, but a cube, well, this one's made out of foam, it's hard to do, but a cube, I could slide a cube. I could slide it on its one face. Yeah. So depending on what the three-dimensional object is like, what the 3D shape is like, will depend on whether you can slide it or roll it. Now, here's another shape that we learned in September, way back in the fall. We talked about this shape. What is this shape, everybody? It's a square. Yep. But is it a three-dimensional object? No. It's flat. It's flat. It is not a three-dimensional object like my cube. This is a shape. We call it a plane shape or a flat shape. This is a square. Okay. Now, each face on my cube is shaped like a square, but that whole shape together is a three-dimensional object called a cube. So this week, we're going to be learning about several three-dimensional shapes. We're going to be talking about spheres and cubes to start. Be looking around your house. Go on a hunt. If we were in our classroom together, I would send you on a hunt and I would have you find things in our classroom. Can you think of things in our classroom that were spherical? There's a big round one that we look at different places in the world on. Can you think of what that might have been? I think that was the globe that we used. And things that are cubes in our classroom. Kleenex boxes sometimes are cubes. So go around your house. See if you can go on a hunt. Find some spheres. Find some cubes. Okay? Identify them. See if you can slide them or roll them and have some fun with it. Okay? All right, kindergarten. Bye.